Next, going on to our next question. From your perspective, can you help us understand why you think selling on Amazon via FBA works as a business?
Yeah, it works. It works for me. I don't think every personality type out there it won't work for everybody. I don't think, mostly because you have to have a certain type of mindset to really succeed in this. But for all the things that are potential struggles for some people, they are extreme awesome bonuses and benefits for those of us who can do this and find it successful. So, when I say it's not for everybody, I definitely think the majority of people can pull this off. Because some people, they need a salary that they could, that they know every 2 weeks they're going to get this amount every 2 weeks, and they need that salary and that dependability that's always going to be there. Be able to budget and be able to make their plans and live their life. But with Amazon, while there's not a dependable expected paycheck every single every 2 weeks, basically the more you work with Amazon, the more you learn, the more you grow, the more you'll get paid. Unfortunately, with most regular jobs, the more you work, the more you learn, you're still going to get that same salary until maybe someday you might get a raise. But with Amazon, the more you work, the more you put into it, the more you're going to get paid for the most part. And there are ups and downs with the seasons, as we talked about earlier with Q4 coming. There's going to be amazing sales. Well, there's also slower seasons like the summertime. So for some people, have slower sales, and you kind of have to be able to learn how to balance that and be able to have a plan in place so that the slower times aren't as rough and aren't as hard. And that's why I wrote the book, The Reseller's Guide to a Year in FBA, which is a month-by-month guide to a profitable Amazon business to help people to be able to have strong summers instead of a slow summer, and how to be able to capitalize on all the opportunities that Q4 offers, and be able to take the extra income for Q4 and maybe save a little bit of that for summer later when the sales are a little slower, and all the different opportunities every month to be able to have a profitable business. And so when you asked about why I think selling on Amazon FBA works best as a business model, if you're willing to put in the time to learn it and work hard, and you're a committed worker, then the profit potential is off the charts.
Totally. One of the things that I really liked, because I remember reading in the book, well, not this specific book, but another one of your books, that you guys have a specific amount of money that is set aside every month for your sourcing budget. And then
yes,
if anything's left over after the month out of your, extra, then if you want to go sourcing, you go sourcing. But you have that set budget set aside, and then everything is taken care of in the family's needs and everything like that, which was really neat to me, because one of the things that I couldn't get my ex-husband to see was the benefit of, because I was brand new and I was working on that, was the benefit of putting everything back in, and eventually the reward would come. So it's just like any other business. You got to put your time in for your growth, and then the rewards come. Definitely.
Absolutely. At the beginning of anyone starting an Amazon FBA business, if at all possible, to pour every cent back into your business, into the fees if you pay for a certain service, and as much inventory as you can, so that you can basically build up a snowball where you send in the inventory, it sells, you take that profit, you get more inventory, it sells, and just the snowballs until you can finally get to a point where you can start taking out a paycheck for yourself. And my wife and I have gotten there where we're able to pay all of our bills, have all of that taken care of, and we just source like crazy with the rest of it, and are able to work on that snowball and build up our income that way.
And it's really fun to watch it happen too, because I remember the first time when I first started, the middle, I think it was like Yeah, it was literally the middle of November 2013, so it was right in the middle of Q4. I had no clue what I was doing. But boy, was I finding stuff and sending it in. And when that payout hit, I was like, wow, I can do this. This is great. So and